Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm trying something new here and I'm trying to go live from my phone, but I am just really not liking how it's looking at this moment. Mm, I don't know, guys. I'm trying to go live from the phone and it's just not giving what I needed to give. So, I guess I'm still go with it. Hey, 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 happy Thursday, Tax Tea Thursday with Tish. All right, I'm looking down because I don't know if I like this setup. If y'all can hear me, go ahead and drop something in the chat. Hey, y'all, I see some people tuned in. I'm trying to get this. I'm not a producer. I need somebody to come produce my lives. Hey, hey, hey. Tax Tea Thursday with Tish. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Tax Tea Thursday with Tish. So, if you all have been following me for a while, I have been doing these tax teas every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, on my personal page and on my business page. So thank you all for tuning in, joining in, sticking in with me as I go through this process of, hopping on live and creating reels and things like that. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Tax Tea Thursday. Tap in, tap in, tap in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started because it's a busy Thursday night for me. I have some returns to do. So let's get started. Welcome to Tax Tea Thursday with Tish. Thank you all for joining me on this Thursday evening. I hope everyone is having a great day. Tonight, we're going to be discussing why haven't you filed your taxes yet? What's the holdup? What's going on? What's tea? Right? So, as you know, either you watching this or somebody that you may know may not have filed their taxes this year, maybe the previous year, maybe the last 5 or 6 years hasn't filed. And so tonight I'm going to give you 5 reasons that people are not 5 reasons people are not filing their taxes. And let's go ahead and dive in. So, reason 1, people are not filing their taxes. People are not filing their taxes because they owe the IRS, or they maybe even have an offset to where they may owe student loan debt, they may owe child support, they may have a garnishment for a repo. So a lot of times when you owe the IRS or anyone else, when it's federally, the IRS basically takes the money, that you possibly could have as a refund, which is called an offset. So we always advise our clients to go ahead and call the offset number. If you need that number, type offset in the chat and I'll be able to send you that number to let you know if you have any offsets as far as, again, child support, student loans, any type of wage garnishments that you may have. If you have any of those things, when you file your taxes and you receive a refund, then yes, that refund does automatically get snatched. If your refund is $3,500 and you owe $2,500, guess what? You're only going to get $1,000 refund. It has nothing to do with your tax preparer. We cannot control offsets. Honestly, we don't even know if you would have an offset unless we were the ones who were to call the offset number on your behalf to see if you have any offsets. But I also feel like a lot of clients don't tell the truth when it comes to their finances. I've had clients say, "Oh no, I don't owe anyone anything." And once I get my report back, you have an offset. It doesn't tell us now where the offset comes from. So if you do have an offset, it's not going to tell me like if it's a school loan, if it's a wage garnishment, or child support or anything like that. It'll just say the amount that you are supposed to receive, the offset amount, and then what you are receiving afterwards. But thankfully, my clients who have received an offset have still had enough money to pay me. Okay. Because again, our services is not based on whether or not you get paid. We do not base our services off a refund. You are paying for a service. So just because you may not get a refund doesn't mean that your tax prep fee is free. Okay? That doesn't work like that. And again, like I said, one of the reasons that people are not filing is because they're owed, whether that's a state tax or a federal tax. State tax, I feel like, are a little more strict because depending on what you do for work, that can prevent you from working. I've had a few clients this year actually file their taxes because they work for a state or have some type of license that they actually need to be able to comply and make sure that they are filing their taxes. So don't let that be you. Let me turn this light down. Where are we at? Okay. Yeah, so don't let that be you. If you owe, it's just best to file because if you owe and you don't file, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get a penalty for not filing, and then you're also going to get a penalty for not paying. So taxes are due April 15th, right? So if your taxes are due April 15th, you should file your taxes, even if you can't afford to pay the entire bill, because the penalty, or I should say the failure to file is higher than the penalty of not paying. So you don't want to, get that interest. Go ahead and pay them people off. Especially when you went exempt all year. Like, come on now. Dang on well, you probably only paid $34 in federal tax. And you're supposed to pay 3,400. And so now that it's tax time, you don't want to file, or now you're looking confused. Right? So you really get the refund based off of course, the federal amount that you pay into taxes and any credits or deductions that you may be eligible for. Refundable credits as that. The second reason people do not file their taxes is because they do not have their documentation together. That is the biggest, I would say, red flag in clients. A lot of documentation isn't together. A lot of times you have people who work multiple jobs throughout the year, may have some side hustles or some side gigs like Uber Eats or Amazon Prime, and they forget to add that on their tax return. And what's going to happen when you forget? It's going to get rejected because guess what? The IRS already has the information. The IRS already has the information from Amazon where you worked, and it said, okay, yeah, you made $10,000, but you didn't include that on your tax return. As long as Amazon is reporting their money that they paid you, then you definitely have to report the money that Amazon paid you. And also for my business owners, if you are business owners, a lot of times business owners tend not to have their documents ready until it's tax season. And I do not recommend that. It becomes messy, it becomes frustrating, and it costs you more time versus you going ahead and getting it throughout the year. Go ahead and get your receipt set up, go ahead and get your bookkeeping set up. That's why I always preach about bookkeeping, keeping records, keeping receipts, and keeping it in order as well. You definitely should do that. Make sure you have those documents. Keep track with those documents throughout the year. Especially if you are someone who works multiple jobs, if you know that you are not someone who keeps the same job for a long period of time, make sure that you have all of those W-2s together before you file your taxes. If you are a business owner and you haven't, kept great bookkeeping, or you haven't kept great receipts, go ahead and reach out to us in January, right? Because you're supposed to do that in January and say, hey, I'm a business owner. I don't have all my documents together, but I would still like to file my taxes. It's way better than waiting until April, because April is almost here. So you don't want to wait until April 1st and then now you have 12 months of bookkeeping to go through, or 12 months of receipts to go through, 12 months of bank statements because you didn't organize correctly. We want to help you prevent that. And of course, with LC Financial Solutions, we can definitely help you with that. The third reason people do not file their taxes is because they do not think that they made enough to file. Some people just feel like they haven't made enough to file, so they won't file their taxes. But I definitely recommend that you do that, even if you are under the threshold of what you should file, because you could be missing out on deductions and credits. You can still receive the earned income credit for working. That's what that is, earned income credit. You get that because you've earned income. So even if you feel like you haven't made a lot, you want to go ahead and still file your taxes because you still can get a return. And as I said before on my social media pages, if you get a refund of $40, get your $40. If it's $20, get your money, because best believe if you owe the IRS $40, they're going to want their $40. And if you don't pay by April 15th, guess what they're going to do? Add interest. Now your 40 then turned into 50 to 60 to 100. And also remember, you want to stay updated with filing your taxes, because if you do not file your taxes and just say that you are someone who hasn't filed for maybe like the last 3 or 4 years, if you received a refund in that fourth year, guess what? You forfeited your refund. You're only allowed to claim your refund up to 3 years prior. So you could have missed out on $1,000. Maybe you didn't receive the stimulus check when it was COVID, or the economic relief payment. That's what they like to call it. Maybe you didn't receive the economic relief payment due to COVID. But if you would have filed your taxes, you would have known. They would have asked you if you received it. And if you would have said no, you would have got a refund. Now you didn't miss out. You didn't miss out on your money because you don't want to file. You don't think that you're going to owe anything. You don't think that you didn't make enough. Or simply you just feel like, hey, they're going to have to catch me. But once they do catch you, we'll be here to assist with the LC Financial Solution, because you will need some tax resolution. You will need that, okay? If you are not filing and you want to just not file, they will catch up with you. And what you don't want to happen is a substitute return. And so what will happen is, if you haven't filed for the last 5 or 6 years, what the IRS is going to do is say, hey, you haven't filed for the last 5 or 6 years, so we completed your tax return for you. You owe us $10,500. Now you don't know what to do, right? Now you're in a frenzy, like, oh my, I owe the IRS. They could really be lying. They could have just did your taxes any type of way and then said that you owe. But you want to prevent that, right? And of course, if it gets to that point to where they do a substitute return, we can go in and basically amend it and then complete your return for you, because you may not owe the amount that they said that you may owe. But again, why would you want to risk it? Stay on top of your finances. You have to learn how to master your money. You can't master your money if you're not managing your money, whether that's $20, $40, $4,000. You have to learn how to master your money. The fourth reason I believe that people do not file their taxes is because of life changes. Sometimes people go through a divorce. Sometimes they have a child. Sometimes they lose a child. Sometimes they go through different life unexpectancies that, life gets in front of you sometimes, and you just living day to day and you haven't even thought about filing your taxes, which can happen to the best of us, right? Life be life, and as people like to say. Life be life. So you will get to that point to where you are just managing your life and you haven't thought about, filing your taxes at all. Especially if you are dealing with like grief, divorce, breakup, or anything like that. Sometimes those things can take a toll on you and you are not thinking about filing your taxes. You're not thinking about your finances at all. At all. And the fifth reason I feel that people do not file their taxes is just procrastination. People just like to wait. I get people in my inbox almost every year, and some of the same people in my inbox every year saying, I need you to file my taxes. Okay. Let's set up a consultation. Here's my link. You don't want to do a consultation because you feel like you know me? Okay, here's the intake form. And every year I send an intake form. And every year they haven't filed their taxes. Procrastination. Why? You missing out on money. And if you owe, you're gonna have to pay extra. Why do you want to pay extra money? Especially in this day and time, we need every penny, nickel, quarter, dime. Yes, you cannot play with the IRS. You cannot play with them or any revenue department of any state. Well, you're in Texas, so Texas doesn't have to pay state taxes. So you're good there. But the IRS definitely will come get their money. They will come knock at your door too. They don't just come to tax professionals' door, they come to your door as well. Where is my money? Where is my money? Okay. So again, top 5 reasons that people procrastinate on not filing their taxes: documents not in order, right? Get those documents in order. We want to stay with the documentation. Life takes a toll, so you feel that you know you are mismanaging life. So you tend not to stay up on your finances. You think that you owe, so you're not going to file, which is the dumbest reason to not file. Because if you do owe, at least you want to know what you owe, even if you don't plan on paying anytime. You want to make sure that you know, okay, well, I owe 5,000, I owe 500, right? And if you are owing taxes, then you need some tax planning so we can get you to not owing. How do I apply? Someone in the comments said, how do they apply for the IRS? They're gonna knock on doors. You know what? With the Trump layoff, I don't even know if they hiring, but I'm pretty sure you can go to the IRS site. Yep, you can get a badge and everything. Now I don't know if they're gonna give you a weapon, but you can definitely get a badge saying that you're the IRS, put your suit on, baby, and hunt people down. Now if they gonna have the money on them, no. So I don't know what you would do after you hunt them down and find them. Hey, you owe the IRS or you going to jail. Basic, simple. I'm not gonna keep you all too long tonight. Again, like I said, if you haven't filed due to procrastination, go ahead and file. If you haven't filed because you think that you owe, go ahead and file. Because in order to again master your money, right? You have to master the budget. You have to know what you're doing. You have to manage your money. You can't master your money without managing it. And that brings me to the beginning of April. So April is financial literacy month. So in the month of April, I will still be going live every Thursday, but it's going to be a little different. I will be discussing a budget. So if you are interested in signing up for this 4-week budget boot camp, go ahead and type budget in the comments and I'll be able to send you over the link so you can sign up. So this is a 4-week budget boot camp where we will go through your finances. Well, not we as in I personally, but on the live, we'll go through finances. I'll show you how to read through your bank statements. I'll show you how the difference between some fixed expenses and variable expenses and things like that. I'll help you set up a short-term goal. Typically, short-term goals are less than 6 months. So if you want to save $300 within 6 months or $600 within 6 months, I'm going to teach you some strategies on how to get there, and just help you be that, be here for you to be that accountability partner, because we all need someone to help us be accountable, right? Sometimes we can just live life and go by the wayside. Yes. Manage that money. In order to master your money, you have to manage your money. Manage, 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 manage. Also, if you are on here and you haven't joined, I created a private group where I will be discussing more details about budget, more tax tips, financial tips, retirement tips. And it's called the Money Mastery Hub. So if you're interested in joining the private group, go ahead and type group in the comments as well, and I'll be able to go ahead and send you an invite where you can go ahead and join this group to, again, learn how to master your money. That's what it's all about. That is what I'm here for, to help you maximize your wealth and minimize your taxes and minimize your debt too. Let's not forget about debt. We all got some of that. Terry Love in the chat said, I need that because this spend it, get it right back mentality has got to go. Exactly. Exactly. A lot of people think they can spend it and get it right back. And sometimes that right back don't be right back. Sometimes that right back be a trial and tribulation. Then it come back, right? Then it's been a block after you did your trial and tribulations. You might spend that 100 and think you're gonna get it right back. You might spend that 200 and think you're gonna get it right back. And then next thing you know, you count out the same honey. What Smokey do on Friday? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, flipped it, 20, 40. Man, that's $100. Stop playing with me. So yeah, so we want to learn how to master our money, right? In order to master money, we have to manage it. So yeah, if you all haven't filed taxes yet, go ahead and reach out to me. You can type taxes in the chat and I'll go ahead and send you over my consultation link so we can set up a meeting just to talk about your tax case. Remember, April 15th is near, so do not wait until the last minute. Again, thank you all for joining. I'm not going to keep you all for long. I do have some taxes to file myself. And again, thank you all for joining Tax Tea with Tish. See you all next Thursday. And remember, April is Financial Literacy Month, so we will be discussing budget. If you want to go ahead and sign up for this 4-week challenge, again, it's free. It don't cost you nothing but time, your time and your effort. Again, like I said last week, I want to see millionaires on my timeline. I don't want to be the only millionaire. I don't need you asking for my money because, like I said, I'm paying my 10% to God and I don't know nobody else. All right. Thank you all for joining. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you all have any questions, comments, or concerns about wealth, taxes, or even debt, go ahead and reach out to us at lcfinancialsolutions.com or reach out to us on our Facebook page at LC Financial Solutions, and we can definitely reach out and help you. Have a great night. Bye.